My name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to another edition of the Knowledge Vault. We are engaging in Handbook for the New Paradigm, volumes 1, 2, and 3. We are in volume 2, Embracing the Rainbow. We are at session number 32. And if you are following along with me in the book, we are on page 222. And that's kind of interesting. I wonder if this one's going to be a really important one. Okay, well, it begins as these messages are distributed and the number of people reading and assimilating the knowledge contained within them increases. The natural flow of the law of attraction allows the gradual increase of their magnetic appeal to bring more and more people to grasp the logical understandings offered by them. The wave of discontent and frustration that is rising within the mass consciousness is developing. A viable solution that does not require the sacrifice of the human body to accomplish the desired reversal of the situation surrounding the whole of the mass consciousness is applying pressure and bringing this moment that serves as the impetus for the birth of the new paradigm. I'm being flash something right here at the moment because it's probably for another conversation, but there's something about I'm an older female. I just turned 62. I have been in menopause since the age of 32. So for fully 30 years, this body has not bled. And I had some spotting just recently, and I have found out that I am not the only older woman this is happening to on the planet right now. So I find it very interesting. There's something to that because we are all one, and this is a highly phoenixing energy. I have this feel. So back to the channeling here. It is appropriate to caution the team to remember that, quote, divine order does not necessarily appear to operate in a sequential mode. No, it doesn't. That's true. Just because, oh man, that is so true. It does require a simplistic definition of form, holographic in nature, and completes the necessary process in a variety of ways. Oh my goodness. The key to completing this within the slower vibrational dimensions is holding the focus of the definition of form within the mind's eye for the long duration needed to allow the manifestations into observable reality. Now, we've talked about that a lot on this channel. My gosh, that I have said for I don't know how long now that it is focus and attention. And what is happening on this planet is always meant to pull your focus and attention away from what it is that you desire, away from that which you would otherwise manifest. There is a pre-matter that surrounds us. We have to create it in the pre-matter template first, and then through our focus and attention and intention held there. That's what this is speaking on. That is how we actually pull it through from the pre-matter state through this. You might as well say this is sort of like I said, a focusing mechanism, a lensing mechanism for divinity. And because we're doing it anyway. Because this we create quite naturally, the same as we breathe, same as the body breathes. Oh, wow, this is huge. I knew this one was, I felt this before, that this one was huge. A critical number of foci holding this intention in place are needed, for each can or will do so for only a short period of time. This is why it is so important for each of those who would call themselves light workers to concentrate on self, joy, keeping the field clear so that the focus can be. That's what my inner guidance has been for me. Hold the joy, move towards that. This is how, if this is how you wish to live, this is how you must just live, right? And focus there. In every moment, know that what is happening is for that purpose, not against it. And it is a matter of perspective. Thus, if enough if enough do this often enough and long enough, then the image is in continuous focus. This is the process of thought, thinking at the level of necessity within the lower vibrational levels of what is called the third dimension, or lowest dimension of human existence. It is the most difficult to transcend because the slow vibratory rate at best requires the focus to be held for manifestation to materialize. This is, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is exactly the reason why at every turn, the focus has been somewhere else. You got to look somewhere else, believe something else. Don't take the time to get in here and get focused. Oh, no. That's selfish. That's dumb. That's woo-woo. Don't do it, because that is where the power lies. Make no mistake. The lower the scale of the vibratory rates, the longer the sequence and the more difficult it is for the mind to concentrate. The power of the completion of the planted clutter in the minds of humanity at the moment adds another ingredient to this already difficult situation. It is thought that the lid is tightly shut and that it is impossible for the critical number of humanity to detect the net of deception, organize, and transcend through the carefully laid trap into freedom. That, in a nutshell, is the challenge. I mean, here's the deal for me. If everybody does really think that, if thought thinks within itself, then it's going to go on to do, oh, this is what they think. So yeah, we got to show them that they are correct. So can this, quote, mission impossible be accomplished? Is it possible for this sleeping giant to awaken, shake off the administered sedatives, and arise into sufficient awareness to make the choices necessary? The ability to do so is present. The opportunity is now, for it will be a long time with much suffering before another will be available. It is said that mankind will give up luxury and all other manner of things and experience before he will give up the suffering that has been his lot for so long. Your Christian religion teaches that suffering is holy and a bridge to the heavenly experience in the next lifetime by a, quote, loving God. Is this any logical sense? Each deception, individually and the collective whole of them, are incomprehensible to your cosmic brethren, in that they defy logic. The whole of creation is logical. Logic is a wondrous balancing mechanism. The whole of the mass belief system for Earth's inhabitants is so distorted through exploitation of the emotions that what is universal logic appears to be illogical and difficult to believe. Oh, so true. Oh, so true. In order for the new paradigm project to succeed, the messengers must digest the messages within the totality of their own awareness and allow them to percolate and to change their perception of not only who and what they are, but how they perceive creation. It will be necessary to allow the magnitude of misconception to resolve into a new basic perception and conception of the holographic, cooperating, interacting wholeness that focused them into being and holds them there in the freedom of free will choice. Well, right here, I'm going to stop and say, there was nothing more clear to me than what has happened over the last few years to show me that energetically, mankind is being shown its choice. Who you're going to trust, who you're going to believe. Is it logical? And there are, many that trusted outside of themselves, didn't even stop to inquire about, things they were always told before, even. Right? So back to it here. Bondage is not the heritage of choice. It is giving up the basic framework of creation through the free will choice of victim experience that has allowed this situation to regress to its present level. This is an opportunity to bring to an end and to progress into knowing again who you are and doing what you were designed to do. It is time to give up suffering and experience joy. And call attention to the fact that I've been gravitating towards joy ever since I started waking up for reals, man. Wow. It is time to give up suffering and experience joy, bliss, and ecstasy as the realities they are, not as fleeting moments or mythical goals for saints only. My life feels like that's what I have been living these last few years. It's so delightful. I know nothing in my outward appearing reality has changed to anyone who is looking in from the outside. I'm the one who has changed. My perspective has changed, and I don't know how to explain it any other way. The ideal is neither abused children nor menacing warriors, but free, fulfilled adults at home in a galaxy world of adventure. Your loving, concerned brethren offer here their proffered advice and promise of greater assistance if you but help yourselves first, as citizenship within creation requires. Yeah, we the people That's a global thing, man. That's not just the United States. And that's why it's so prevalent, I feel. That's why the whole thing, all eyes, right? It is hoped that each reader will ponder and consider the alternatives and choose wisely. It is hoped that those who embrace the premise of these concepts grasp the dimensions for change that are available through the acceptance and incorporation of these suggestions. It is the incorporation of conceptual changes at individual and various inclusive group levels, leading to global awareness that allows for the holographic requisite to be met. As the individual participates within the process, the consciousness transcends from personal experience expansively through groups arriving. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. As the individual participants within the process, participates, not participants, sorry. As the individual participates within the process, the consciousness transcends from personal experience expansively through groups arriving at the global dimension. Okay, yes, okay, I'm being shown how that would work. It's again like a lensing mechanism. It comes in, it has to from the overall divinity and then be refracted back out through the holographic. I feel like that's what that's speaking on. Each and all then stand on a new platform to contemplate galactic experience. Through visualizing the expansion inherent in the sequence of necessary steps, it is possible to comprehend a multidimensional process ongoing within a singular focused goal. Once this experienced into wisdom, then it is available to be experienced in other situations for varied appropriate applications. It is relevant to point out that the process is best learned before attempting to apply it to other situations. Rather like stringing pearls for a necklace, it is best to focus on one pearl at a time. In this case, the pearl of the moment is the new paradigm. It is what must be held in focus. All else, then, will follow in due time. I'm being shown something here about the collective as a whole, even though all of us, I've been sharing for some time that I feel as though everyone's getting the same information. All beings who are tapping within themselves and sharing what they're getting are getting the same information in a way that they can understand using language that helps them try to absorb and anchor what is being communicated in a way that they can then share, right? For me, that's what I've noticed. It cannot be stressed enough that scattering the focus was not the intent of this greater understanding. Stay focused on creating the new paradigm. Then the joy of experimenting with this process will be splendid indeed. It is then that the focus shared between galactic family members will stand forth as intended. Oof, I tell you, I'm loving this because again, I'm also remarking on the the trajectory of the material that has come to the fore when I have allowed myself to be simply magnetically drawn to an item. And boy, oh boy. Okay, well, that's it for session number 32. Thank you for joining me with the Knowledge Vault here on New Light Streaming Love, which you can find also on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook. All of the ways to contact are in the Show More section of this YouTube video. I'm not really clear as to where it is and what you can look for elsewhere, but you can go to knewlightstreaming.love. Who knew you could have a website with a .love instead of a .com? And since I don't prefer to do commerce, I would prefer to just do love. I love that idea. Anyway, it's KNEW. It's a play on words. New Love Streaming. New Light Streaming.love. You can find all the places where you can find all of us there. Till next time, be well, my friends. And I hope that you will move towards that which brings you the highest joy in each moment that presents itself to you. Be well.